Yes, I am aware of the new English Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer. So it came out on like Thursday or something, but I already did the video on the Japanese trailer and then Fan Fridays happened. So my plan was always to just do the updated information on Saturday. A lot easier, we actually get like English readable stuff that you don't really get on the Japanese trailer, and the website has updated, so we get to see all the information about the new Pokemon and whatnot, and the new team. So Team Skull seems pretty cool, and like right here, just from the little interactions we've seen, the storyline feels like it's going to be just wonderful. We have a complete delinquent who probably has like a little bit of that stupid brilliance in him outside of just being like a total anarchist. But right here, his interactions with Kukui, like Kukui has a smile on his face, he doesn't care, he knows how much of a nerd this guy is, but you know, fellow rejects who could never become captains. So something about maybe being like captains of the force or like Coast Guard of the Alola region. They were in the academy together. He decided to like do some dropout stuff because he's a reject, delinquent kind of guy. Kukui decided to change his life and become a Pokemon professor. So there's going to be a really awesome dynamic there that we can see already. And I really hope that the storyline is simplified. Like, I'm not a fan of 5th generation storyline, not a fan of 6th generation. You don't need a complex story. Honestly, like what you have with anything before that, just basic villains doing things is good enough story. Like, people will say things like, oh, 1st, 2nd generation, they didn't have a story. Team Rocket is a story. Like Aqua, like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, Team Aqua, Team Magma. That's all story, and I'd love just to keep it that simple, you know? We have some dynamics between the characters, but they don't have this, like, super deep, complex plot. It's like its biggest story. No, you just take out the bad guys, and I think that that's all that Pokemon really needs. So, going through the video, a lot of stuff like that, and we get to just see more of the characters, more of the interactions. Then we also get to see the grunts and stuff. I mean, the grunts are absolutely hilarious. These are like the whitest kids you know. Let's get up out of this port, B. Nobody has to know about this. Like, I love these guys. They're so funny. It's gonna be amazing. Got Team Skull's big sister. Pick out my cute, dumb brothers and sisters is really annoying me. Total rebel right there. And I think that's really it. Like, the rest just talks about the Pokemon and then shows things. This was actually what was leaked earlier, like the day before. Like, when the Raichu leak came out, this was the actual scene from the video. So again, whoever is leaking is coming from, like, the English side, or at least some kind of translated side of the Pokemon company. And they're like really upsetting the balance right there. I don't commend these people at all for like leaking and whatnot. But we get to see the Raichu, and then Alolan Raichu's speed doubles when electric terrain is active. That's what Surge Surfer does, boys. And honestly, I have no idea how useful it could possibly be. Like, is electric terrain that viable of a move to where Surge Surfer does something? And like, Tapu Koko Raichu combo would be so predictable, and also it's all electric, so very easy to deal with an earthquake in double battles or something like that. Can only get one air balloon, who knows. I'm thinking about what to start with. This guy, Wishiwashi, has captured my imagination this entire time. Single Wishiwashi is tiny and weak, measuring just 8 inches from nose to tail. It's a sardine. Wishiwashi is very small, even for a Pokemon, yet the people of the Alola region seem to view it as a terrifying Pokemon. When it's in danger, its glistening eyes catch the light and shine out, sending an SOS to signal to its allies. Has a new ability, Schooling, which no Pokemon has previously had. With Schooling, it can change form to battle in a school form under certain conditions. And what I was interested in are those conditions. So, seemingly weak, SOS signal. So, has encountered many dangerous situations and a lot of experience calling for allies. So, pretty much, Wishiwashi is so weak, it has become really good at schooling. It's like, help me, flashy, SOS, boom, big scary fish. And apparently we don't get any clarification on how schooling works. That's unfortunate. It's probably somewhere over here, but I mean, from what we've seen in the videos, did they lead with? Yeah, they led with it. So yeah, when Wishiwashi's school, it becomes this terrifying monster in the school form. So yeah, the schooling happens. I guess if it just goes up against something and then it takes damage and the school like eventually fades out. Like, from the gameplay, I still really don't know. Get schooled by Wishiwashi. Yeah. And I think in the Japanese trailer, like, Wishiwashi got hit and de-schooled, but it was level 27. So really, how Wishiwashi schools isn't well known yet. So I'm interested in seeing that. This still caught me off guard and like ruined my life for a solid 30 seconds, because these are not things I expect to see ever. Also, is that Ancient Power? That actually looked pretty cool, or some kind of fossil thing. But yeah, the Innards Out ability hits when Pyukumuku faints. What's its name now? Oh my goodness, I am so out of the loop right here. I'm just captivated in a very awkward way by this Pokemon, because it doesn't seem like something should be able to turn its insides out and then punch you with them. That those are the insides. They're meant to be inside, and they're meant to like digest food and stuff and not be vulnerable. But Pyukumuku doesn't care. Yeah, it's supposed to be a play on like puking and stuff, because it does things. Due to its appearance and its lifestyle, Pyukumuku are considered unappealing to tourists. I can't imagine why. Part-time work chucking Pyukumuku back in the sea is available at tourist beaches, but no matter how far they're thrown, they always return to the same spot. Dude, I don't know if I'd like that job, because if you get punched by that thing in the face, you would never be the same again. Once Pyukumuku finds a place it likes and won't budge from it, someone moves it away it goes to the same spot, runs out of food to eat in that spot, it'll stay there and starve. People of Alola have found this so pitiful that they developed a tradition of chucking Pyukumuku back into the food-rich seawater whenever they come across the thin-bellied Pyukumuku. They're covered in slippery, viscous fluid that has a moisturizing effect, so they can stay on the land for a week without drying out. People of Alola use this fluid for skincare. So what, you don't like it, you like it, skincare, you know. They hate having their spikes and mouths touch. If you step on one, it'll hurl out a fist-like inner organs to strike you. Yay! New ability, Innards Out. It'll be able to deal one last bit of damage to its opponent equal to the amount of hit points it had left before receiving the final blow. That's actually really good. That's what it looked like. Because when I saw the Minior receiving the damage right here, you know, Pyukumuku went from not taking a lot of health to doing like nothing to the Minior. So the fact that it does that much, it's like a final gambit against one-shots, which means you can use it as a decent switch-in Pokemon potentially, or depending on how the evolution plays out, and if it gets that. So if it gets an evolution, then you might just like run Eviolite Pyukumuku, but you won't get as much hit points, but it's equal to the amount of damage it took. So I don't know, would this be like one of the rare situations when you switch in a Pokemon intentionally to take the super effective hit, instead of like trying to do, you know, switch to predict and stuff? Okay, that's a thing. And now we get on to the last Pokemon revealed besides the Alola forms. Morellul is a nocturnal Pokemon. Walk around at night on their leg-like roots. That sounds like fairy fantasy. I kind of like that. Staying in one spot and sucking all the nutrients from soil would cause surrounding plants to wither. It uses its leg-like roots to just kind of communicate with the plants, find out things. Yeah, I totally butchered that. Morellul broadcasts spores that glow brightly when they burst open. Looking at their pulsing light has a sporific effect. It seems that in times of danger, Morellul broadcasts these spores. So it's in trouble, and it has sporific effects, and then it can communicate with the plants, be like, hey, did I take too many nutrients? All right, peace out, bros. Don't want to hurt you. Let's go to another area. I think it's a cool Pokemon. Like, mushrooms can work out as long as they're not ugly like a Mungus, and this seems like a nice little Pokemon play on that. From what we see, it looks like Morellul gets Spore. So in the Japanese trailer, it looked like it used, but that's Spore. That's Spore, and then it goes to sleep. So we get another Spore Pokemon. It's 4 times weak against Poison, so that might be balanced right there. We just have to see where its evolutions go. And that's kind of it. So Effect Spore, Illuminate. Illuminate doesn't have any competitive use, I believe. It just allows you to like encounter more Pokemon in the wild. So that means you have to have Effect Spore. So if the opponent hits you first, it might trigger Effect Spore instead of your Spore. I don't know competitively. I actually can't wait to like get stats. When the game comes out, I'm so excited to see how these Pokemon play competitively. And now let's go and look at the Alolan information for these forms. So the Meowth is interesting. It's a Pokemon that did not originally live in the Alola region. They were sent to Royal Lines as an offering from another region, and only a select few could be seen as, or could have them as partners. So, royalty. Kind of the idea behind Meowth the whole way. The Meowth and Alola are distinct for their cunning and their great pride. 2 things they really hate: a wound to their pride and dirt on their coins. So pretty much extra spoiled Meowths. If either one happens, they fly into hysterics. It's said that Meowth were offered to royal family that lived life of luxury and pampering, which led them to have a selfish and prideful attitude. Oh, hey, I should have kept on reading. This caused Meowth's form to change. So it's a dark type from being spoiled. Once rare Alolan Meowth became feral with Monarchy was destroyed, they have now become regular Pokemon, commonly in Alola region as elsewhere, Meowth as seen in the past. So I'm starting to wonder, like, Alolan forms looking to be exclusive, like regular Pokemon forms might not exist in the Alola region. As much as I didn't want to believe it, like, just the language here and how these keep adding on top of each other with, like, the more information we get seems that way. And I would like to see Johto and Kanto, because, like, some Johto Pokemon, I would love a Ladian with a Kalos form. I think that could be a nice update to it. But it might be Kalos or Kanto only. Let's keep reading. So we have the Bone Keeper Pokemon in Marowak. Alolan Marowak takes bones and light both ends on fire by rubbing them against their foreheads. That is metal. They spin the bones around. Marowak's rarity and its fearsome appearance when it dances with its bone led the people of Alola dub it the Conjurer and regarding it with fear. So yeah, it's like mystical conjurer of fire, which is pretty amazing. There are many grass-type Pokemon, Marowak's natural enemies, in the Alola. Oh my goodness! That is the most revenge metal stuff I have ever heard. Ground-type Marowak does not like grass, so now it has fire, and they get revenge. Whew. Alolan Marowak provides skill at attack, which waves its bone and releases a ball of flame. Fireballs are not that powerful, and they entirely pursue the foe. Yo! Is this going to be Ball of Flame? So, physical fire move that Marowak gets that has no accuracy check, hopefully 80 base power. If it's that usable, things might get fancy right here. Alright, the Alolan Marowak is pretty cool. And time for Raichu. Raichu and Alola have two types, Electric and Psychic, and they are able to wield Psychic power. What's more, they can gather their Psychic powers in their tails and ride them to float in the air. I mean, surfboard riding Raichu is one of the coolest things ever. Even Pokemon researchers don't know why Raichu's form changed in the Alola region. People of Alola seem unconcerned by this question. Like, Raichu goes from being Raichu to floating around. Just like, you know, imagine you walk outside, you see a Raichu just floating on by. Well, the people don't care. Their guess, maybe it ate too many sweet and fluffy round pancakes. Raichu has an electric sax on its cheeks, rather than causes sweet aroma to be released. The mechanism behind this is not clear, though it's connected to the psychic power that Alolan Raichu possesses. So instead of electricity, it has sweet pouches. And it has a new ability, Surge Surfer, which no other Pokemon has previously had, with the ability doubles on electric terrain. So I'm wondering if, like, terrain meta will become a thing. Like, if there's enough Surge Surfer Pokemon or enough terrain interactions that's like, oh no, I need to use grassy terrain to stop out this Tapu Koko who is boosting the Raichu and making things crazy. Who knows, guys? So I think that's all the information that we have for today. The Alolan mystery deepens. Everything happens. I guess I could... Wow, the website's acting just a little slow. Like, I guess I could, like, go to Team Skull. I don't think there's any new information about Team Skull. We got Kazuma. He's the leader. We got Plumeria. She's the considered the big sister. It doesn't seem like if she's, like, the biological sister. And we have the grunts that are talking, like, all smack, yo. It's like, I love these guys. They are so silly. But yeah, there we go. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.